In the shadowy annals of criminal history, one name stands out like a sinister beacon. A name that sends shivers down the spine and conjures images of a bygone era filled with crime, corruption, and power. That name, my friends, is Al Capone.
Today, we embark on a journey through the life of a man who rose from the mean streets of Brooklyn to become the most infamous gangster in American history. We will explore Al Capone's dark past, his meteoric rise to power, and the eventual downfall that would define his legacy. This video is your exclusive pass to delve into the underworld of the 1920s and 30s, where Al Capone's reign of terror reigned supreme. Buckle up as we uncover the life and times of a man who, for better or worse, left an indelible mark on the history of organized crime in the United States. Title: Al Capone, 1899 to 1947. The rise and fall of a notorious gangster. In the tumultuous years of the early 20th century, one man's name cast a long and sinister shadow over the landscape of organized crime in the United States. Al Capone, a name synonymous with ruthlessness and power, was a gangster whose life story reads like a dark and twisted novel. Introduction: The birth of a legend. Born on January 17, 1899, in the tough neighborhood of Brooklyn, New York, Alphonse Gabriel Capone came into the world during a time of great change and upheaval. His parents, Gabriele and Teresina Capone, were Italian immigrants struggling to make ends meet in the overcrowded tenements of Brooklyn. It was a world where poverty and crime went hand in hand, and young Al would soon learn the rules of the streets. As a child, Capone witnessed street fights, extortion, and racketeering firsthand. He saw his family struggle to put food on the table, and he quickly understood the harsh realities of survival in this unforgiving environment. His early life was marked by adversity, but it was here, in the heart of Brooklyn, that the seeds of his criminal empire were sown. The rise, from thug to kingpin. At the age of 14, Capone's turbulent journey took a darker turn when he was expelled from school for hitting a teacher. He found himself working odd jobs in the bustling, chaotic world of 1910s Brooklyn. Yet his family connections ran deep within the criminal underbelly of the city. Capone's older brother, Ralph, was a member of the Notorious 5 Points Gang, a criminal organization known for its ruthless tactics. Capone's connection to the 5 Points Gang provided him with an entry into the world of organized crime. His intelligence, ruthlessness, and cunning allowed him to rise quickly through the ranks. He was a young man who seemed to thrive in the shadows, capable of both blending in and striking with deadly precision when necessary. But it was the advent of Prohibition in 1920 that catapulted Al Capone into the annals of criminal history. Recognizing the immense opportunity that the ban on alcohol presented, Capone seized the moment. He became a key player in the illegal trade of alcohol, running speakeasies and distilleries. Soon, his criminal empire extended to gambling, prostitution, and various forms of racketeering. Capone was building a criminal dynasty that would define an era. In the early 1920s, Al Capone's rise to power continued unabated, culminating in his reign as the kingpin of the Chicago outfit. This ruthless mob organization dominated Chicago's underworld and extended its reach across the nation. Capone's criminal empire became a well-oiled machine, raking in vast sums of money and spreading terror wherever it went. The Chicago outfit was known for its brutal tactics, which included assassinations, bombings, and a network of loyal enforcers. Capone ruled with an iron fist, ensuring that those who crossed him faced dire consequences. His empire was characterized by both immense wealth and a reign of terror. He was living the high life in a city where the streets were lined with speakeasies, jazz music flowed freely, and corruption was a way of life. For all his power and cunning, Al Capone's empire would eventually crumble. In the early 1930s, he faced intense scrutiny from law enforcement, particularly from a relentless and incorruptible agent named Eliot Ness. The U.S. government went after Capone not for his violent crimes, but for something far less glamorous: tax evasion. In 1931, Capone was convicted of income tax evasion and sentenced to prison. His once thriving empire began to unravel in his absence. The Chicago outfit lost its grip on the city, and the mob's power waned. When Capone was finally released from prison in 1939, he was a shadow of his former self, suffering from health problems and mentally deteriorating. The man who had once ruled Chicago's criminal world was now a has-been, a relic of a bygone era. Al Capone died on January 25, 1947, at the age of 48, in Miami, Florida. His life had been a roller coaster ride of wealth, violence, and power, and his legacy remains etched in the annals of American crime history. In this journey through the life of Al Capone, we've explored the roots of his criminal empire, his rise to power, and his eventual downfall. Capone's story is a testament to the enduring allure of organized crime, the seduction of power, and the inexorable consequences that come with living a life of crime. The tale of Al Capone is one of darkness and intrigue, a reminder that even the most ruthless and cunning figures in history can fall from grace. Join us in the next part of our series, where we will continue to uncover the secrets of the underworld and explore the lives of other notorious mob leaders from the 19th century. Until then, remember, in the shadows, power thrives. Power